for that name for years ago. I recognize on my badge. I'm the channel Sam the host. So how you guys doing tonight? So I forgot to enable the videos. So I want to show you guys this motor. If you remember last previews, I have this motor for 2 years. So it still makes power. But there's a self-exciter in there. You see this? And there's a self-exciter right those windings here. Causes it to power up. So motors have like sensors, speed sensors. Sometimes it does self-excite. So I want to show you, and we'll light this up. It has a resistor, so but this is a brush motor. It can run on DC to 48 volts DC or 20 volts. Depends on your rating motor. But we're going to be using these wires set up. I want to turn this motor into an alternator. It's just kind of hard to find the parts you need, you know? You got to go to industrial, find someone to help you. Alright, let me try to wire this up. I'm trying to wire this LED light up here. See this? An LED. Hope I don't blow it out, so. But this thing might be bright. But this thing has residual magnetism, so there's a magnet in there in the rotor, causes it to turn on the light, so it induces the current flow. And this should turn on when I use the demonstration drill to spin the generator. It causes it to power up. We got a problem. Alright, next, let's self-excite it. Let's switch to polarity here. I gotta get rid of this stupid housing. It's just so fucking stupid, you know? Because I like old school motors. Alright, let's self-excite it. Whoa, we got self-excitation. Did you hear that, folks? We got self-excitation. If you hear that slight change, and that's self-excitation. That causes it to... There's a magnetism on the rotor, causes it to turn on, and these coils become an activated magnetism. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'll hook up a resistor real quick. Let me switch to polarity. Let me switch to forward, to positive. Oh, bullshit. It broke off. This is so fucking stupid. make sure your wires are connected successfully. Or, you know, be able to get the connection the way you need to get it to self-excitation. You know, like self-excitation mode. Piece of shit. Fucking positive wire. I'm sick of this shit, man. Sorry for cussing, but I'm so irritated. But I know you guys are gonna hurt me or something. I know you're gonna hurt me by saying insult words. But do what you want to do. Hey, this is fake. But you're just a part of human, man. So I'm going to use this LED to turn on this to self-excitation mode. Oh, man. Oh. Sorry for farting, man. Alright, let's connect this to positive. Hopefully, we'll make this thing power on. This thing might get bright. Hold on. Did you hear that? That's self-excitation mode. If you hear that slight change, that causes it, the magnetism builds up in the stator field coils. That causes it to self-excitation. Okay? Make sure you be extra careful because those motors have pretty high residual magnetism. It's sensitive and will cause it to power up. It's not going to kill you, but it could cause it to shock you without no treatment or something. But residual magnetism is created by the magnetic field in those two field coils. I will show you how this works. You know, there's a magnet on the rotor, causes it to induce a voltage on the rotor in the stator. But if you know what that is, I'll show you later. Give me 1 second. I want to power this LED. Hold on. This thing's acting stupid. There we go. There we go. You see that? I'm no freaking joking. See this? That's a good thing I have a resistor. That way I don't pop up the LED because I don't want to explode it. But you don't want no explosion fireworks in here, folks. Always have a resistor. Stand by. You piece of shit. Talking to my computer. But I'm trying to get this damn stupid phone still. Alright guys, you might see this little wire pump turn on. And this is an LED light. Watch this. Let me take the draw out. Just so you know, this is a demonstration purpose only, okay? Right there, I connect those brushes from the Getty clips and make sure the wires are not hot. Okay, fix this up. You see this LED light turn on? That tells you it's on self-excitation mode because if you know why it's bogging down, if you go full RPMs, it's creating AC in the stator coils. You don't want no AC to fuck up your two field coils. It will turn black and turn to smoke. Okay? Make sure you have your standby. Extinguisher. Alright? Like fire extinguisher. You see this LED light? That's self-excitation mode. That resistor will step down the DC. What is that? Well, this is the motor, universal motor. Okay, let me show you. I'm not that freaking stupid. I know you guys are going to judge me. I know you say, I know you know not to do it though. Where's the damn... This is hard to find, bro. This is so pathetic. Brush. This isn't common. This is the wash machine motor. This is different from each country. You see this? That calls it the self-excitation. You can modify this motor the way you want. You don't damage it because you'll regret it. But just be mindful, this is a demonstration purpose only. Ooh. Keep passing gas. That's not good. Oh, you son of a... There we go. Alright, let's turn on, and this thing will self-excitate. Well, this thing is really powerful dynamo, isn't it, folks? I'm glad it's doing a good job. So I'm about to warn you, be extra careful with this motor. Let me see, let me check the commutator. It's pretty warm. You see that LED light? Alright, people, stop asking those motherfucking questions. That reminds me of, like, insults or something, okay? But I have to... Enough of those questions. I don't know what that is, but you're spamming me or overstepping my boundaries. Remember, folks, this motor has high power residual magnetism on its rotor, and these two coils causes it to self-excitate. But I gotta do something about this. The power of the battery charger. But this thing is high resistance, so we're gonna leave this LED on for demonstration for later. It's important. You gotta know about magnetic induction. But it's created by the permanent magnet on the rotor on the self-excitation winding. You know? Sometimes there's nothing on YouTube about universal motor converting to a generator. But you gotta do your own videos, research. Figure it out on your own. What kind of power should I make? That you gotta figure it out on your own. You know? I gotta learn over the years, but it just makes me learn, you know? It makes me a good person. It makes me a good a generator expert guy, but there's some good dynamo generators out there. You could power a light bulb or lots of stuff. Or you cannot power a horsepower induction motor with that because it's rated for 600 watts of peak startup from a generating electricity. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoy the live stream. And make sure you like and subscribe. And I really appreciate you. This will support my channel. Alright, guys. God bless you.